Hi everyone, Corey here from Tales from a Polk County Girl, and in this video I'm going to go through 3 things that I do and 3 things I don't do when it comes to my planner. I read somebody else's blog post and I think they did a video with it as well, explaining what they do like to do with their planner and what they don't like to do with their planner, and it got me thinking. I'm like, you know, that would be a nice quick video. Everybody's different and to each their own. So for me, these are things that if you do them, that's great. If it's something I don't do, but you do it, no judgment. It's just, it doesn't work for me. If I do something and you don't, I'm not trying to say that what I'm doing is better than what you're doing. So I just figured maybe somebody would be interested. So I have the 3 written down because I actually have a full written out blog post about this as well. So when the video goes up and then it's tagged to the blog post, there's also going to be written stuff instead of just a video like there usually is. So 3 things I definitely do. The first one, I definitely color code. Ever since my friend Canyon sent me this Pilot high-tech Coletto, and this is the 5 ink one, is the 5mm tip one as well. So the nice teeny tiny little tips. I started color coding. I mean, I color coded before that, but had mainly either stuck to black or blue and then used highlighters. But the colors I use are pretty much the same for across the board. It's black is for general, you know, anything. Blue is for, can you see that? Blue is for work, like my outside the home job. Pink, which is, this one's a temporary color. I just happened to be given some, and I don't normally use pink, but right now it's being used for outside the housework, like anything to do with our property, the homestead, quote unquote. And then green is anything inside the house, or that has to do with my husband. That way it stands out to me. And then the last color is purple. And purple is personal for me, anything personal to me, like crafting, writing, knitting, side hustles. And then I do use another color that's not in this because it is only a 5. I do also use red. And that's just a standard Pilot G2 7mm or 07 tip. Because I like using red to cross things out. So that's how color coding works for me. And I have gone over color coding before in a different video. I think it was like at least a year ago, maybe 2. The second thing I do is Post-its, obviously. And in my planner, or I should actually probably show you examples of the color coding. Here is just this past week, so you can see all the different colors. But when it comes to Post-its, my Post-its are anything from quick reminder lists. Like this, I just have Post-its stuck to a plastic pocket. Things for me to remember if I go into a thrift store, if I go planner shopping. And then this is a piece of like laminated cardboard that came with my binder. That Post-its stick really well on. So these are just your typical Post-it brand Post-its. These are those Erin Condren Post-it lists, and they fit great on my weeklies. So like in case they fit these columns almost exactly. So if I completely screw up a day, all I gotta do is slap one of those Post-its on it and I can just rewrite everything, which is fantastic. And then the last Post-it you saw, get back to them. And I've only got one of these on here right now, but I need to put some more in. They're these little fox flags, page flags, but they stick really well. Now, I don't have any page markers or page flags in here like from the Target dollar spot. I personally don't care for those. The few packs of them that I've gotten, they don't stick. Like, they tear, like right where they're all like sticky up at the top. If I go to peel one off, it tears and like leaves half the Post-it behind or tears the Post-it underneath it. So the Target dollar spot Post-its are not worth it to me. But real Post-its, regular Post-its, Post-it brand Post-its are worth it to me. And the last thing I do in my planner, and this one I've made a big deal about in the past, but mainly because of my mindset of use what you got. Don't just go and buy something. Try to, make do until you absolutely need to go buy it. Very much that use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without Depression era mentality is I repurpose my inserts. So if you've been following this channel and you've seen some of my previous posts about my planner inserts, these are the Franklin Covey vertical week on 2 page blooms inserts, and they are from 2015. If you look closely, I've put stickers over all the dates and just repurposed them. I do have fresh 2018 weeklies ready to go starting in January. So when January hits, I'll move those in. I still do have some of these left. I did not use them all up, but I used up most of them, and I'm very glad I did because it gave me the ability to experiment, which when you're trying to find what works for you planner wise, that is very important. So those are the 3 top things I do. Pause real quick and get a drink because my throat's scratchy. Alright, I'm back. So those are the 3 things I do. The 3 things I don't do. And again, if you do these things, no judgment. They just don't work for me. First one is the journaling cards. I do have a few. I'm not going to say I don't have any, but because I did get a few in a rack or a exchange. I don't see the point of them, really. I just don't. Maybe it's because the ones I got were, they're kind of floral and overly girly, like too girly for me, but that's just me. So I don't see the point in them, but that's just me. The second one is fountain pens. Now I know some people love their fountain pens. They have a variety of fountain pens. That's perfectly fine. I have a fountain pen. It was my husband's. But I don't use it with my planner because I haven't practiced enough with it, and I still have ink splotches everywhere, so I'm also afraid that I'd lose it. So if I was out and about, so that's why I just don't take it with me. If I'm going to use it, I'll use it here and I'll use it in my diary. And the third thing that I do not do is I do not have multiple calendars. If you listen to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Plannerverse, you will have heard Corrine speak on this before. I believe, I may not be quoting her precisely, but she essentially said, have as many binders as you want, but only have one calendar. And I agree with that. I have so many notebooks, whether they be binder style, flex binder style notebooks, whether or not they're little bound notebooks, the traveler's notebooks. Everything's got a different project or a different purpose. That is fine. But you have one calendar, and this is my calendar. Oh, you guys like my little insert for Christmas? I cut it a little short so some of the duct tape is sticking out, but isn't it cute? Gingerbread just screams Christmas to me. Tangent. So, one calendar to rule them all. So, And trust me, the few times when I have forgotten to put something in this calendar, and I've thought I've put it in, because I'll think, oh, I put it in there, and so the planner calendar is more up to date than the calendar on the wall in the kitchen. So that one cannot be trusted. But that one's more for my husband's benefit than mine. So this is my one calendar. So, but yeah, have multiple notebooks, have multiple binders, have a house binder and a knitting binder, or a crafting notebook, a Christmas notebook, whatever. But have one calendar. I'm with Corrine on that. Alright, so thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. If I'd love to hear what your top 3 do and don't do in your planners are. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Or if you filmed your own video on that, please share it, because I want to watch it. Excuse me. So I'll talk to everybody later, and have a nice day.